to the next set of the questions. Previous year question, 1987. When mercuric iodide is added to the aqueous solution of potassium iodide, freezing point is raised, freezing point is lowered, freezing point does not change, boiling point does not change. Here potassium iodide is added to mercury iodide. So we are getting a HgI4. Mercuric iodide, it's a complex 2 minus. It is only 1 mole. It is a complex compound. It is due to the association, that is N is equal to 1. Number of moles is equal to 1. So delta TF is a freezing point depression and TF is a freezing point of solution. We know the relationship. If the number of moles decreases, freezing point depression would be decreases, but freezing point of solution would be increases. So when the number of moles and freezing point of depression decreases, freezing point of solution increases. Here the number of moles is only 1. So number of moles increases, just opposite of this, number of moles increases, freezing point of depression increases, and freezing point of solution will be decreases. But in this course, here the number of number of ions is, if number of moles is only 1, because when you see this 2, potassium iodide and mercury iodide, we are getting only 2 moles. But formation of a mercuric iodide or tetraiodido mercurate, I mean this is only 2 moles. I mean out of 2 moles it forms only 1 mole. The number of moles is decreased. When the number of moles decreases, the freezing point of solution will be raised, increases. So that is the first answer is correct. Next question, which of the following 0.1 m aqueous solution will have the lowest freezing point? Potassium sulfate, sodium chloride, urea, and then glucose. Urea and glucose both are, this urea and glucose both are non-electrolyte. So it is only one considered. Potassium sulfate K2SO4 3. And here it is sodium chloride only 2. Sodium and chloride only 2. Potassium K2SO4 is a formula. Just before I said, number of moles increases, depression in the freezing point also increases, but freezing point of solution decreases. It is based on number of moles. Potassium sulfate formula K2SO4. 2 potassium, 1 sulfate, totally 3 ions. In sodium chloride, 1 sodium, 1 chlorine, 2 ions. Urea and glucose are non-electrolyte, only 1 ion. So more ions, I mean number of moles increases and the freezing point of solution decreases. So here they said decreasing the freezing point. I mean lowest freezing point having the more number of moles. So only potassium sulfate has the more number of moles, 3 ions, 3 moles. 0.004 molarity of sodium sulfate Na2SO4 is isotonic, same osmotic pressure, isotonic with 0.01 m glucose. Degree of dissociation of sodium sulfate is all given in percentage. Isotonic solution, they must have the same osmotic pressure. That means sodium sulfate osmotic pressure, glucose osmotic pressure, both are same. So osmotic pressure pi Na2SO4 is equal to pi glucose. So 0.004 m of Na2SO4 is equal to 0.01 m of glucose. So what would be the water factor I? So what is water factor I means? I to be calculated 0.01 divided by 0.004 with nothing but 2.5. So here the sodium sulfate is split, dissociate into 2 Na plus plus SO4 2 minus. The degree of dissociation is 1 mole. Here it is dissociation, so it is minus alpha. So 1 minus alpha is called a degree of dissociation constant. So 1 minus alpha, here 2 moles 2 alpha, here only 1 mole does a 1 alpha. So adding all this to find out the Van't factor, 1 minus alpha plus 2 alpha plus alpha, adding everything. 1 minus alpha plus 2 alpha plus alpha. So minus alpha and plus alpha get cancelled, we'll get a 1 plus 2 alpha. So I is equal to 1 plus 2 alpha. So already we found out what is I is nothing but 2.5. So I value is 2.5. So 2.5 is equal to 1 plus 2 alpha. Just remove this 2 alpha outside. So 1.25 minus 1. So you'll get a 1.5. So 2 alpha equal to 1.5. Alpha is equal to 1.5 by 2 equal to 0.75. In order to find out the percentage into 100, we are getting 75%. A shortcut, node bin, NB is nothing but node bin important point. I is equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha for dissociation. Quanta factor I is equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n for a association. This is dissociation quanta factor, association quanta factor. For strong electrolyte, alpha is equal to, degree of dissociation is 100%. That is quanta factor I is equal to number of ions. N is equal to number of ions. I is equal to N. So for alpha is equal to 1, I is equal to 1 minus alpha plus N alpha. So 1 minus alpha plus N into alpha. So everything is this minus 1 and this plus 1, minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled. We are getting I is equal to N. Next question, 2014 question. Consider the separate solution of 0.5 m C2H5 alcohol in aqueous 0.100 m molarity magnesium phosphate Mg3 PO4 twice. Magnesium valency is 2, phosphate valency is 3. So 0.250 m molarity of KBr in aqueous solution, 0.125 molarity of sodium phosphate. Sodium valency is 1, phosphate valency is 3. Sodium phosphate Na3 PO4 in aqueous at 25 degrees Celsius. Which statement is true about these solutions assuming all salts to be strong electrolytes? Options I have given a different osmotic pressure. So strong electrolyte means alpha is equal to 100%. That means alpha is equal to 1. That means I is equal to N. Osmotic pressure formula is equal to pi is equal to ICRT. So quanta factor into concentration into RT. Gas constant and absolute temperature T. So RT kept as a constant. So I is equal to already N. I is equal to IN. I is equal to N for strong electrolyte. So I is equal to N. That is pi is equal to, instead of being writing I, we can substitute the N. So NC RT. So I told the RT kept as a constant. So pi is equal to NC. So it's a pi osmotic pressure is directly proportional to number of ions and the concentration. So here we can find out for osmotic pressure for all the three. They have given the question for alcohol and magnesium phosphate and a potassium bromide. So we know pi value is directly proportional to number of ions into concentration. In the question, they have given molarity or concentration. Concentration of ethyl alcohol is 0.5. Concentration of magnesium phosphate is 0.1. And potassium bromide is 0.25 and sodium phosphate is 0.125. So concentration is given. So for all these concentration, for alcohol, ethyl alcohol, magnesium phosphate, potassium bromide and sodium phosphate. Concentration is given straight away. We can write a 0.500 mole of concentration of ethyl alcohol, 0.100 molarity of the magnesium phosphate, 0.250 molarity of KBr, and 0.125 molarity of sodium phosphate. Concentration and number of ions. So this is on electrolyte N is equal to 1. This is 3 magnesium and 2 phosphate, totally what? 5. 3 plus 2, 5 ions. Number of ions is 5. And potassium bromide 1 plus 1, 2 ions. And for a sodium phosphate, 3 sodium, 1 phosphate, 3 plus 1, 4 ions. So number of ions into concentration. This value N into C value. So 0.5, 1 into 0.5, 0.5. Here 5 ions, 5 into 0.1, 0.5. Here 2 ions, 2 into 0.25, 0.5. And 4 ions, 4 into 0.125, 0.5. All are having the same atmospheric, osmotic pressure. So they all have a same osmotic pressure. This is the correct answer. Come to the next question of series 2017 previous year question. Pure water freezes at 273 Kelvin and 1 bar. It is in a pressure. An addition of 34.5 gram of ethanol to 500 gram of water changes the freezing point of the solution. Use the freezing point depression constant of water as 2 Kelvin kg per mole. Kelvin kg per mole. These figures shown below represent plots of vapor pressure versus temperature. The molecular weight of ethanol is 46 gram per mole. Among the following, the option representing change in the freezing point. They are given now. This blue color is there, increases, and then it is raised water, it is solvent, and ethanol and water. The red color is water and the ethanol. This water boiling point is, freezing point is, they are given as a 273. And here the freezing point of water plus ethanol, that is both together, solute and solvent, is considered as a solution. So this solution is given in the 270. That is temperature in a Kelvin. This is vapor pressure. In y-axis vapor pressure and x-axis temperature. Same way they are given second thing is this diagram. This is 270 and this is 271. And third one, this diagram, these two diagrams, this is 270 and this is 271. This is temperature of, freezing point of water is always constant only, 273 or in a 0 degree Celsius. Substitute the formula and find out. Delta TF is equal to IKF into M. So what is delta TF? Depression in the freezing point is equal to I, water fat. Ethanol is nothing but it is a non-electrolyte is equal to 1. I is equal to 1 because ethanol is a solute, it is a non-electrolyte. And Kf. So it is called as a cryoscopic constant and 2 is equal to Kelvin kg per mole. 2 Kf value is given in the question. And M, molarity, small letter m means molality. M is equal to N by W, mass of solvent. So N is equal to weight divided by molecular weight of solute. N is solute, N2. Nothing but W2 divided by M2. W2 is given as 34.5 grams of ethanol given in the question. 34.5 gram of ethanol. And ethanol formula 46, molecular formula 46. Here C2H5OH, 2 carbon, 5 plus 1, 6 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. 2 into 12 for carbon, 24. Hydrogen only 1 is the molecular, atomic weight, 6 into 1, 6. For oxygen, 16, 1 into 16. So totally 46. 46 is the molecular weight of ethanol. So 34.5 divided by 46 molecular weight in order to find out the number of moles. And weight of the solvent. Weight of the solvent is given as solvent is 500 grams of water. Grams is given. So make into kg. So kg to gram means multiplied by 1000. Gram to kg means divided by 1000. Kg to gram multiplied by 1000. Gram to kg divided by 1000. So gram to be converted into kg divided by 1000. So this 1000 will go up. So here I have written here first 500 by 1000 and then this 1000 will go to the numerator. So 34 point, substituting all values, delta T have depression in the freezing point delta TF is equal to IKF into M. I value is 1, KF value is 2, Kelvin kg per mole given in the question, M value this is. So choosing all the values, that 1000 will go to the numerator. We are multiplying all this, we are getting as a 3. Delta TF is equal to 3 is the value. So in the delta TF is equal to TF naught minus T. So freezing point of depression, that is nothing but delta TF is equal to freezing point of pure solvent minus freezing point of solution. 0 for pure solvent, not for pure state of solvent. Nothing not is there, it is a solution. So this is a solvent and this is a solution. So solvent is nothing but water. We know 273 Kelvin minus 270, we are getting 3. So same answer, we are getting 3. So what, this is the answer of this freezing point of solution and pure solvent. Option A. First diagram, 273 minus 270, we are getting 3. First option. In this set of the series, last question, we have 0.1 m solution of urea, NH2, CO, NH2 is called urea. No CO, it is called hydrazine. NH2 is called as a hydrazine. It is rocket fuel. So when 2NH2 is called as a hydrazine, so used in a fuel for a rockets. So when you add a CO between hydrazine, it is called as a urea. So phosphoric acid, H3PO4 is phosphoric acid, H3PO3 is a phosphorus acid. In which of the following statement is correct? If we consider 100% dissociation for phosphorus acid and phosphoric acid, H3PO3 and H3PO4. Vapor pressure of freezing point are highest for a urea. The elevation of boiling point is lowest for a phosphoric acid. The vapor pressure and freezing point are lowest for a urea. Depression in freezing point is highest for a phosphorus acid. I is equal to 1. Urea is a non-electrolyte. So water factor is equal to 1. So relative lowering of vapor pressure is nothing but lowest for a urea. Delta TF is equal to lowest for a urea. So if the depression, the freezing point decreases and freezing point of solution is increases. So relative lowering point of vapor pressure is decreases, vapor pressure would be increases. So what? Urea only alone will have the vapor pressure of freezing point of urea will be highest.